How's it going, everyone? I wanted to do share some thoughts on a big attribute or big concept that I believe in, and that is the key word that I've always focused on my entire life, and that is patience. Um, from the moment I moved on in my life to surrounding myself with coaches and mentors and people that I wanted to be, essentially, in all areas of life, whether that was a better father, a better husband, an investor, real estate, or even now in the online world, trying to surround myself with people that, are better than me. That I know that if I mimic or if I try to learn the skills or the focus that they have in their expertise, that it'll make a better version of me. But one thing that is apparent that I learned when I was very young, which was very hard for most people that are inexperienced and starting out, and that is patience. Patience is a concept that is one of the hardest and the most challenging that I've even faced, trying to pass it down to people that I've been fortunate enough to spend time with, to coach and mentor. And any individual in life, whether you're passing it down or you're experiencing it yourself, is that patience is something that takes time to understand. That when you're starting a business, everything's not going to go the way you like. When you're starting a business, that things don't happen overnight. When you're starting a business, the investment you make today is really something that you're going to probably benefit sometime in the future. And probably the biggest failure that most individuals have is they don't have enough patience. They don't understand what they're really investing themselves into. And that for something to come about, it takes time to flourish, to grow. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's a bond in a friendship, whether that's a bond between a parent and a child, or whether that is graduating from university or college to get a degree to become an expert at something that you study. Or whether that's building a business, a simple product or service that you want to get out to the market and you want to share this great idea that you have that everybody can benefit from. It doesn't happen overnight. And I didn't really understand this or value this, but when I was young, I had a mentor that once said to me, "Why would you want to make it that fast? Anything that's that simple to succeed in, anybody can do." And so that kind of stuck with me my entire life, in the sense that, if it's harder to achieve, it's harder for someone else to copy. And, there's people that spend their entire life trying to master something. They do research and they do papers and papers, professors, they do PhDs and doctorates, and they give their entire life to becoming an expert in their field. And it doesn't happen for some of them, because what they've chosen is that it's going to continue to take that time to become that expert. For myself, I've always focused on on projects and ideas that I know that I could master. At some point in my life, I know that if I just keep working hard at it, just keep giving and keep investing myself, whether it's financially or time, that the rewards will come. But the patience, it's gotten a lot easier. 20 years later, it's easy for me to pass this advice on to everybody, yet every day I see people not have patience. One thing that I conditioned myself through life is that I never gave myself more than I thought that I deserved. There's many times I could have had much more in life, and I still forced myself to struggle. Forced myself to, take steps back and say, what, I'm not ready for that. I don't deserve it. I don't believe I deserve it. Although I could have had it. Because I wanted myself to patiently wait for something that I deserved. I wanted to earn it. I wanted it to take time. I wanted it to become an expert. And when the time was right, I got the rewards. And I felt comfortable with it, and I was happy with it. Whether that was my business, whether that was an investment, whether that was my relationship, 15 years and going strong. So, the best advice that I can give to everybody out there who's struggling, who's consistently committing to their dreams and to their goals, and it's not happening, just be patient. Be patient, because some dreams and some goals take 6 months, some take 6 years, Some take a lifetime. And you know what? It'll come. So long as you don't give up and you keep working hard and you keep surrounding yourself by the people that are saying the right things to you. Be patient. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't pull back. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep doing your part and everything will come. It truly will. It might not be financial success. It might not be, sports cars or, fancy toys like you see in the background. It might not be all that. Some people don't even care about that. I mean, do people that write papers and study for universities and doctorates and PhD, do they care about all that? They probably don't. Their passion and their love is what they're researching in. And that's what they're doing. They understand the patience that it takes time to gather that information, to experience it, to study it. People building up, was Facebook, Zuckerberg? He had offers time and time again to sell out on Facebook, but timing wasn't right. He was patient. He said that he wanted to have his business at a certain point, and he knew all that was going to come because he believed in himself. Probably had people around him who believed in him. And you go down the line, you can probably look at every entrepreneur that way. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive. There's nothing wrong with being all in and having energy and wanting it so bad that you want it tomorrow and you want it tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to remember, ask yourself this. If it's that easy to get there, if it's that easy to accomplish, how long will it be valuable for? How long before the next person just does exactly what you did, and it was that easy, starts taking away from what you achieved? Okay? There's a reason why life is as long as it is. There's a reason why we have challenges every single day in all areas of our life. And that's what's exciting about it. That's what I embrace, is the challenge. But I understand the patience. And I understand it in everything that I do, and you should too. Whatever you commit to, you should understand that, it's not going to happen overnight, because if it does, it's too simple. And anybody can do it. So, have patience. I can say it over and over and over again. A gift that I got from my mentors and coach over and over and over again. Have patience. And in fact, I'll share one piece of information. When I started to get in the field of recruiting mentors and coaches and surrounding myself with those type of positive influences in my life, is that, I would invite my mentors and my coach to family functions. I'd hold this big Greek festival at my house, with the lamb and the party and everybody coming over. And it was a great festive time. And I'd always invite those people that were close to me. Okay, those ones that had a positive influence. I wanted them to experience my moments. And it was years later that I found out, after I started to have success, I started to build the confidence in my mentors and my coach, that they didn't need to watch over me as much, that I was going down the right path. That I found out, one of them told me that they actually had a discussion at one of those functions. And they said the one thing they all agreed on that they had to teach me was patience. All of them. So it was funny to see that my mentors and my coach agreed on one thing and forced that on me. That they knew, because I was breaking away from that environment. I wanted it so bad. I was aggressive. I was going out there. Anybody who knew me knew that I was determined. I'd sacrifice everything to get ahead in life because of the toxic environment that I was in. But they knew at the same time the biggest challenge they would ever have is to teach me that any decision that I make today, I got to have patience for the results. Because if I'm not patient, I might give up. I might walk away. I might get discouraged. Or I might ruin that drive that I created, that urgency that I wanted success in life so bad. So my advice to you is surround yourself with people who have a mindset thinking long term. A mindset that they want you to become a better person every day of your life. To give everything to your life step by step by step to achieve. Most coaches and mentors who got there, who had success themselves, that's something they're probably going to stress. Be patient. It'll come. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Something that took me years and years to learn, and it's not something that you're probably going to learn just by watching me on a video. Okay, but the one thing I'd like to have credit for in my life is that people understand that the success that I've had took time, and that I was patient for the results. And it may seem like It was a firecracker out of a gate from your perspective for the time that you've known me, friends, family, anybody else who's watching. But it's been a long journey, and I've been patient. And that's why I get to enjoy some of the things I get to enjoy in life today, and you can too. Just keep working at it and understand that some things take a little longer than others. But never give up. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.